everyone, it's Tammy from Tammy Colors 2, and today I am continuing my series on my coloring supply collection. So we started with watercolor pencils, so I am doing the next set, which is the Spectrum Noir Aquablend watercolor pencils. So this is the swatch chart, and it's a little weird because I decided you don't buy them. I have 96 pencils, but you don't buy them all in one set. They come in 4 different sets. And interestingly enough, when I got the essentials, there's a botanical, essentials, landscape, and portrait. And when I got the essentials set, I had bought them from a store, and the store has gone out of business. And I've had them for a while, and I thought, oh, I can live without the berry pencil. I got 2 blueberries and no berry, so it was full of pencils. But so the other day when I was working on these videos, I said, well, you know what? Even though I've had these for a few months, I said, I'm going to contact them and just see what they say. What can it hurt, right? So I contacted them the other day and I said, hey, I bought these pencils from a third-party store and it's out of business, so I can't return them. Is there any way you could send me a berry pencil? And you know what? She said she'd be happy to. So thank you, Spectrum Noir Crafter's Companion. So I'm currently waiting on that pencil, but I don't think I would need it to do what I'm doing here. So they come in, I still actually have the tins because I was keeping them in the tins when I just had a couple, and then I completed the collection and decided to put them in a case because a couple of my tins are really bent up. But they come in these tins of 24. They're not what I would call budget friendly, but they're not overly expensive. They're kind of mid-range. They're really nice pencils. I really like them. Because if you go to the website to buy these, it's like $30 for 24. If you go to the Spectrum Noir website, if you find them at a discount store, 18 to 20, Amazon anywhere from 20 to 28, depending on the fluctuation. So, I mean, they're a higher end colored pencil, at least here in the United States. As far as cost, this is my beat up 10, one of my beat up 10s. Oh yeah, so I was going to show you the Essentials collection is the one that's missing the berry pencil. Where's the berry? It's right here. It's like a darkish purple color. So I'm not going to use those for these. So you got your portrait collection, you've got your botanical collection, your landscape, and your essentials, and that pretty much equates the whole thing, and I just decided I wanted to leave them that way. They're beautiful colors, they're vibrant, so this might drive people crazy, but I put them in the case in the sets. So I've got botanical, essentials, and then there's where my pencil will go when I get it, landscape, portrait. Plus I wanted to leave them separate so that if I wanted skin tone pencils, I would just have them, and I would have a smaller section to look from. I kind of like that. And there's my extra blueberry pencil. So as you can see, the pencils are round. They have a blue smooth barrel. They are dipped on one end. I don't know what I can compare them to. They're a normal size pencil. They're not too skinny, not too fat. They say Aquablend. They do not have numbers. They just have names like Cloudy Gray and stuff like that. So they are really cool. I like them. I find them easy to read, even though it's silver. It's not too shiny. And the colors appear to be pretty much like the dipped ends. Let's see. Let's find sky. How about Regal Blue because it's on the end here, and the Regal Blue is in the first set. Is it this one? So, I don't know. Let's see, here's this dark blue is the Regal Blue. So it's kind of, you know, the opal blue is this darker one. So I don't know if the ends are really true to the colors. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But watercolor is kind of funky, I find. So, what am I doing with these? We are going to find my sheet, which was just here. So if you'll remember the other day, I have this test sheet that I made, excuse me, and we are going to do this flower in similar colors with these watercolor pencils. And I'll do the same thing. I'll do alcohol blender. I'll do some water-based blender, and we'll do water brush, and so we can see how they react to those. So we'll pick out what I think are similar colors. So I think that one, this one is a nice one. It kind of goes, do I have a darker petunia? Petunia's pretty similar to what I did here. Also grapefruit. But I need a light. What do I want to use for the light or the dark? If I go with petunia for the light color, do I want to use carmine maybe for the darker color, or claret? I always find it hard to match colors. So I think we could use petunia. Petunia and carmine, do you think? I think that'll be similar enough. So I could use, that doesn't really go. I mean, the violet's too purple. Petunia might be too. No, the petunia is close enough. I'm just not good with darker colors. We'll do petunia and carmine. I have got to stop vacillating so much. Let's see, where is my carmine? The carmine is in the next set, is this one. So we got two pinky colors. Let's find a nice couple of greens. Why don't we go with what did I go with the last time? I had like a light green. Kind of wish I'd written them down now. So maybe the bottle green or the parakeet. The parakeet's kind of a yellowy. And we could do a darker green, which is the verdant green. So why don't we do parakeet and verdant? I think those will be close enough. So the parakeet is this one, and that one is here. And the verdant green is in the Essentials collection. Here's our dark green. All right, so we've got green. Oh, and then I need a couple of yellows. So for a nice orangey yellow, maybe the mango and a light. Why don't we go with the sunflower or the sunbeam or the dandelion? Why don't I go with mango and dandelion? Or sunshine and dandelion. Sunshine and mango, but I'll go with dandelion and mango. So let's see. Here is my dandelion. Should be right here somewhere. Oh, it's kind of got a green or a greenish tint to it. What did I go with? They all do. kind of have a greenish color to them. Sunshine, we'll do sunshine and mango. Here's the mango. So we'll have two different yellows. All right, that took far too long. All right, so we will, let me see, do the same thing I did with this. Let me grab my marker and, because oh no, I left them out. Well, I left one of them out. I don't know why I put the other one away. And I've got my water brush, so that's easy. All right, let me sit down. Ugh. I mean, it'd be nice if I had time to use like all the colors, but I don't. So, let me see. Oh yeah, I wanted to kind of do this so you can see better. All right, much better. So let's go ahead and do the center really quick. I did these like so, and like I said, it's always useful to do the center, or you know, to use like the colorless blender, like a water-based colorless blender for small areas like this, because it doesn't spread the water as far, and you might not want the water to spread as far. All right, so we put that on there. Let me get my, oh, I don't have a paper towel. I have a roll of paper towels on a holder in my office. Okay. Should be clean. It looks stained, but so we'll just do it like this. And that way we'll have our flower all done. That part of the flower. Ooh. All right, so now we got the meat and potatoes of the flower left. Let's see, we'll start over here. I haven't really had a chance to use these pencils on anything because I'm kind of afraid. Like, I buy these things because I want them, and then some things I'm just like, I get psyched out, you know, when it comes to using them. And I find that I just, like I said, I think I've said this before, I really like using lots of different media on things. And so we'll also just color some like that so we can see how it spreads. We'll do this one like this. All right, hang on a minute. All right, sorry about that. What was I doing? I was coloring a little bit of this in to see what we can do. I may have used two completely wrong colors. I don't know. I love it when people do color combinations because then I don't have to guess at what goes together. Because I don't think I look at colors the right way, but you know. Okay, so we can do, I don't know, should I color more of it? Well, let's do the water brush first. If you saw my desk right now, it's ridiculous. Okay, so we will do this one first. I'm gonna come down, and in my experience, I have no trouble getting these to dissolve. They dissolve very nicely. colors are really pretty, and they look very different when you get them wet than when they are dry. I know a lot of people do use the watercolor pencils dry. But I have so many sets of colored pencils. I can't think of a reason why I would do that. You know? So let's see. So it'll be very exciting. I'm trying to keep these videos informative, but not like an hour long, because I want to do some color and chats, and I'll make those maybe longer videos. But I don't think I could talk for like an hour about these. I just want it to be like, okay, so here's what they look like, here's what they do, here's how they dissolve. Now I'm getting better with water brushes. On this one that I did, like over here, I did go back and shade with the watercolor pencils a little bit. I do find that you either have to go back and add more color or just shade with either a regular pencil or a watercolor pencil. And if you're not getting them wet again, there's no reason you can't do that. But I think with these, the color might be so different when you have them dry, but I'm not sure that's going to work. I mean, like I said the other day, this is untreated, so this is just normal marker paper, and I am, because the majority of the time, I will probably not be using treated paper. So these will definitely look better once they dry. I'm just trying to make sure I have... In a lot of ways, I think I almost don't like water brushes with watercolor pencils, or I like it the least. So let's do some color here. And we'll do an alcohol marker. Kind of see how that does with these. I'll do this back here. I mean, the Artisas are definitely really bright compared to these. At least the colors I'm using. I mean, it's possible that I just didn't use the right color. Like maybe I should have used grapefruit. I could always pull the grapefruit out and see if it would be a better color. You know. I know a lot of people do their dark first and then they put their light on, but I find that never works for me, and I don't know why, because it should work for me. I mean, I can't figure out why it doesn't, unless it's the way that I color, maybe? Okay, so I've got color on these, so we will grab my, let's see, oh, there's the alcohol blender. Let me just make sure that it's clean. All right, so here we're gonna start with the alcohol blender and see what it does to this. Look at that. Look how different that is. We'll see what happens when it dries. But it definitely changes the color. Makes it a little more vibrant, I think. I wonder why. I mean, I know it's all chemistry. It's chemistry. The world is about chemistry and money. Has anybody listened to a group called Semisonic? They have a song called All About Chemistry. Love Semisonic. I think you would find my music taste to be extremely eclectic. There's not much I don't like. The only thing that I can agree that I don't like, music-wise, is modern jazz. Now, I like, you know, classic jazz band, but that's more like big band music, so it's not quite the same. So there's that. So we can definitely see a difference in the color. And it may, I mean, it may be because my coloring ability is not so great. Maybe I could play, you know, maybe my technique needs a little work, which I don't doubt. I'm going to leave one of those kind of not all the way at the top so that we can pull the color. All right, so we're going to use the Tombow blender on this. Let's see what happens. I may regret using the dark pencil first. It seems to me like whenever I use dark first and then go to light, I always get a line. Like I don't get it as dissolved, even, or blended. Blended, dissolved, it doesn't matter what kind of medium I'm using. It always usually comes out the same. All right, so you see it. Now we're just gonna, all right, we'll start here. I should have pulled it down that way. Let me clean that off. Definitely, this is actually really different. It's blending them very nicely. I still don't know which one I like better. The question is, when they all dry, will they look different? Or do they just look different in the beginning? I've only really done this a lot with ink tints, and they are completely different animals, so I've never actually tried it with my watercolor pencils. Maybe I should just pick different colors. I don't know. I was trying to do all similar colors amongst the sets so that we could see the difference in the vibrancy and the hues and oops, and stuff like that. So yeah, after I'm done, I'll go in and add some colored pencil to that. So there's that. Clean that off. And just up here, and then we're gonna do the stem and the leaves really quickly. Well, really quickly. I mean, it doesn't matter how long this takes me to do. Question is, what am I going to use? What do I like best to do? How do I like to blend these? Do I like the water brush? Do I like the alcohol marker? I mean, you're never going to push the pigment very far with the alcohol marker. But like I said before, if you've got paper that doesn't like water, alcohol blender is definitely the way to go, because then your paper won't be wrinkly. Let's see if I can get a little more in there, and then blend this a little bit on top. If anybody has pointers for watercoloring, please let me know. I am not purporting to be a professional by any stretch of the imagination. So I think they're ending up looking pretty similar. I'm going to use this for the stem because I might as well just use it for everything. Or we'll do it for this. And I think it's just because you have so many colors that it just pulls them around, so we'll use the water brush on. Ooh, that's a lot of water. I squeezed it. All right. So I think with the water brush you have a little more control over where you can pull your color and how far your color pulls and moves around. Whereas with the Tombow water blender. So let's see. So here's my flower. Here's these two. Why don't we just go ahead and what do I do with my pen? Oh, here it is. So these are the Aqua Blend. So there's that. Let's see. So it feels pretty dry. I mean, this side is definitely dry. I still think I would give it a little more time before I go back in and add stuff on top of it because they don't like dampness. But while we're waiting on that, we can find that picture we had in here. I should put a mark on it. Where is it? Why did I not mark that page? Okay, here's the page from the other day. So this one, I don't know, how could I do that? Well, I know, let me do it like this. This is, oops, we'll write it really small, like right here. Okay, so then why don't we do this one with the Aquablend really quick, and then we'll go back and see if we can add any more color to the top. So if you're just coming in and didn't watch the first video, this book is Stained Glass Flowers by Jade Summer. It's an older book. It is on some of the original Amazon paper. So it is tough paper to work with. So I've been using, the newer Amazon paper is better, but this is still going to give me a good indication of how or if these work on Amazon paper, because this is the older, less desirable paper. Let's see, did I get back in the frame? Yes, I did. And then we'll put some here. All right. So, in the middle, we'll do the water brush. Oh, wrong water brush. I have like so many water brushes laying here. It is a little ridiculous. So we will just activate this. I almost think these like the Amazon paper more than the Artezas do. They seem to be, they are dissolving easier on the Amazon paper. Definitely. We'll see how they look when they're done. Let's try the top part. We'll do this alcohol blender on the top. And then we'll do the Tombow blender here on this part. And then we'll let that dry. We'll go back and see if our other flower is dry. I'll just go ahead and label it. Let's see if I can go back. Let's see, we'll just put Aquablend. If I can read that. So that's the Aquablend. Those are the Artezas. So let's get that dry, and then why don't we go back over here and see. It feels pretty dry. You can see if I show the back side. This is where it bled through a little bit, probably with the alcohol marker. Yep, that was alcohol marker too. So the alcohol marker is kind of making it bleed through, so you have to be aware of that. I guess, let's see. And I have to be aware when I'm, let's see if we can go back and just add a little bit of color. I'm gonna have to sharpen these. Let me get, oh no, I can't, I didn't pull out my sharpener. All right, here we go. So, oh, see, these are a little damp, but I'll just show you what I did with the other one. See how it kind of fills in and, you know, kind of makes it look good. And I could go back over this if I wanted to, but there's no reason that I have to. I'm gonna put a little bit right here. I'm just amazed that it looks so different on top. Because I thought it would look different. I could go in here and put some on like this, and then just activate it again. Give it a little there and here, and then you can put a little more on top there. Ta-da! I mean, it's your picture, so you can do whatever you want with it. So that one I'll probably put some on top of and go back over because I didn't get it very thick last time. So why don't I just put a little water on that and see what happens. And so there we go. So this is what it's looking like. looks really nice. Or going over it and filling in the crevices. And I think we're going to have a really nice flower when we're done with it. It's amazing how dark that is. But you can definitely tell a difference. I mean, I guess not once you go over it, but however, I mean, in essence, they all look the same when they dry. They look different, but they don't look that different because you can see them next to each other. I mean, these look a little more washed out, mostly because I didn't put on a lot on here because I was trying to pull the color rather than just lay it on. So I think that's the big difference there. So the question is, do I go back and activate it again or just leave it? What would I do? If I was doing a picture on my own, I would probably just leave it, to be honest, and not go back and activate them again. Ta-da! Oh, I need a little more dark right here. And they seem to layer fine. I don't know how many layers you could put on, but, you know, they are layering. I think for fun, I'm going to put a little water on here and pull that out since I originally didn't get a lot of water on it, or a lot of pigment on it, just for fun. So those are our two flowers so far. You can tell this one's darker. Definitely darker. I don't know how dry that is. Not dry enough. But, you know, I like them. I mean, it all depends on what, you know, what you want your picture to look like. You know, these are definitely bright colors. These are bright, but toned down a little bit, it looks like, you know, based on the color palette. I can zoom back out here. And let's see, I think this is mostly dry. Mostly. So look at the back side. It's mostly dry. So, this was our alcohol marker on the top. This was our water in the middle, and this was the Tombow on the end. And I mean, I think these look a little better on the Amazon paper than the Artezas. I pretty much hate the Artezas on Amazon paper, at least the watercolors on Amazon paper. So, but anyway, there are the Aquablend pencils. So if you have any questions, let me know. And if there's anything else you want to see in these videos, like, is there something I'm not talking about? Because, I mean, I'm not a watercolorist, so I'm just testing my supplies and showing them to you so you can see them in action. You can get a sense of what they're like. And I know that Corey from Colorfully Optimistic is either she did or she's in the process of, I know she was collecting all the watercolor pencils and she was gonna test them out. I know that was a long process because that's a lot of pencils to collect. So I know I've seen her do some of them. I've been so busy, I haven't had time to catch up with other people. But there you go. Thank you for watching. And the next time, what are we going to do? What's next in my book? I got those. Let's see, those were where those were. It looks like Anna Valachi is next, which I can't get those anymore, but I'm going to do them anyway because I know that some people have them. So we'll do Anna Valachi next. Those are pretty. Those are very pastel looking. That's why I like them. I loved using them. I liked using them on Amazon paper too. But anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. Hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.